Welcome, my dear little Photoshop magicians. Today we are going to create an artwork called Guy with a Bear. And I know it sounds strange, but let's see how it looks like. So this is the artwork, and as you can see, it looks really nice. It got 3,600 likes. It's my second most liked artwork ever. And the reason I called it Guy with a Bear is because I'm not really good at thinking. So yeah, I just named it the first thing that I saw. And by the way, this is not a bear, this is a cat. So I managed to fuck up even with the simplest name ever. Why did I think it's a bear? Obviously it's a cat. And just like always, before we start, I would like to remind you, because I know you forget lots of stuff, that you can go to learnfromfred.com and access tons of premium Photoshop classes for free for a whole month. Here I teach how to create stunning artworks, how to animate your artworks, and do so much more. For example, look at this shot. You see the artwork here? Or for example, you see the picture here? The artwork here was actually created by me, and then I just put it on my shot. And it looks awesome. It's my favorite shot ever. So again, check the link in the description. You can start learning for free with me, and of course, the best teacher ever, right? Of course I'm the best. At least my mom told me that, So first of all, we need to create a new empty project in Photoshop and start with importing the image. And you will find the link to the image as well in the description. And here's the image. I just take it, I just put it in Photoshop, we make it bigger, and then we just click that OK button. And now we need to start creating the rectangle around his face. So we just go and select the rectangle tool, and we just draw a rectangle. It's that simple. And as you can see, my rectangle has here gradient because I was having gradient previously, but yours gonna have something else, but it doesn't really matter. We just go to fill, and then we make sure that we have no fill there, so you just select the first option, and then you go to stroke and you select just solid color, and you select white color. And also let's change the width, let's make it 12 pixels. Now we can select the move tool, and we can actually take and drag our rectangle to put it on his face. And here I understood that it's not thick enough and I need to make it bigger, so for that reasons I actually went to properties panel. So as you can see, when you have your rectangle selected in layers and you go to properties panel, you can get this width, and you can just make it, or you could make it here as well, but you could also make it here, it's the same thing. And then we just make it bigger, make it 14 pixels, boom. So now I select my rectangle again, and then we just click Ctrl or Command plus T in order to open the free transform option. So we just, and now we can just rotate it, boom, put it on his face, and click again that OK button. So we're gonna use lots of transform options in this tutorial, and so that I don't repeat it every time, it's Ctrl or Command plus T, okay? The letter T, just like the thing I'm drinking here, T. And then again we go to free transform, and we make it actually smaller, the rectangle, and then we rotate it. So we're gonna play a lot with it, as I already said, in order to make sure that it's perfecto. Now we need to create a copy of our rectangle, and the best way to create a copy is just to hold Alt or Option on your keyboard, and then you click on the object and then you drag it. So as you can see here, for example, I hold Alt or Option, I click on my object, and then I drag it, and as you can see, boom, a copy created. So this copy is actually going to be for the left part of his head. And now we need to go again to the free transform mode, and then we just click right button and choose perspective. Now we need to go and select the points of this rectangle. So we need to select this and this point, so we can actually take and drag them. How do we do that? A really interesting question. So we need to select the anchor point tool. As you can see, I have selected it here. You can just go here, click right button, and then you're gonna have two arrows, black and white. We need to select the white arrow, okay? And when you select the white arrow, as you can see, I can just click and click on the points in order to select them. You can just, as you can see, select them like that, and then you can just click and drag them. So as you can see, now we just need to adjust these points. As you can see, we make them bigger, and also we need to adjust the other points. And I'm just clicking and just trying to connect them so everything looks fine. And also this point, just click and drag. Boom, chicka boom. So now we need to copy this side, and so now we need to copy this figure and just put it on the right side, because left and right side, they're going to be exactly the same shape. So we can just select this, you can just select this from here, and again you just hold Alt or Option, you click and drag, and as you can see, boom, copy create, so easy. And now we just have left the last part of the puzzle, and it is the back shape of the cube. So we need to copy this figure, this time the front square. I'm starting to forget words. So as you can see, I just click, So as you can see again, we just copy it to the back. Boom. So now what we need to do, we need to select all of them, and so we click first of all on this one, and then we hold shift and we click on the last one, and when we do that, as you can see, all of them are selected, and now we just need to combine them into a group so they can live all together and happily ever after. And for that reason we just have to click Ctrl+G, or you can actually just go and click here on the group icon. Boom, chicka boom, now they're a group. And now we need to create a mask for this group. We are creating a mask so we can actually get rid of the things that we don't need. For example, as you can see, this triangle here that we don't need, this small thing here, and these small things here. So just adjustments, and for that reason we just select our group and we go and click create mask. Boom. As you can see, now we have the mask. So now we need to select our brush tool. Okay, I have already done it here. And we need to select black color. And also make sure opacity 100%, flow is 100%. And now when we are, and also hardness 100%, now when we have black color, we can just click, as you can see, and draw. And if you know how masks work, then this shouldn't be a surprise for you, because we're just drawing with black color on the mask, and that's why we're actually getting rid of the things that we don't need here. So again, we just need to do this to all the other parts as well. As you can see here, again, another part that we don't need, and here again the same stuff. So it's just the same over and over and over and over. Now, unfortunately, we need to get rid of some of the sides of our cube. I know we work so hard on this and it's gonna be hard, but we need to do this. So as you can see here, these lines, we need to get rid of them because we want to make it look realistic. And of course we shouldn't see these lines on his face. They actually supposed to be behind his head, well, unless he has a transparent head, but that's then another conversation. But right now here we don't need them, and for that reason, as you can see, I'm just gonna go and delete all these lines that we don't need. Boom, boom, and also this line as well, it should be in the back. And also this line, as you can see, because it's going to go behind his head here, just making it look better. Here again, dum dum da dum, and also the other part as well. So now, as you can see, it already looks pretty realistic, I would say. What we need to do now is, now we're gonna add the majestic glow around his head on these lines, and he's gonna look like a king. So for that reason, we can actually go to this layer. I mean, we have to go to this layer and somewhere to the empty space. So not on the text, not here, but here, somewhere on the empty space. And just click double on it, think. When you click twice, as you can see, we get this layer styles opened. And here we're gonna go to outer glow. So outer glow, as you can see, it just adds glow on the outside, because that's what outer glow means. I mean, if you speak English, then you should understand that, my dear friend. And here, as you can see, I'm just playing with spread size and other numbers in order to create the perfect glow. And you can also play with these numbers to create the glow that you like, because everyone has their own glow, I would say. So, or you can just copy my numbers that I have here. And now let's just click that. Okay, and also very important, make sure you have here white color, well, unless you want to glow in a different color. And then just go and click OK. Boom. As you can see, we even see here outer glow effect. If you want to turn it off, you can just click here to turn it off. If you want to change it, you can just go and click here twice in order to change it. And now I'm just gonna do my standard procedure that I do in every single artwork. Okay, and I actually give you a chance to guess what are we gonna do next. What is the next step here? Okay, I give you 5 seconds. Okay, 3 actually. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna color the eyes, at least I think so, right? I don't remember because that's a recording actually, so let's see what we're gonna do next. It's gonna be one surprise for me probably. Let's see, we create a new layer, and then we select brush tool, and then we just color the eyes with black color. Exactly, you see, I was right, I hope you were right too, and if you were right, just leave your address in the comments and I will send you probably a box of chocolates. I won't. So, boom, now he looks scary. And also the second eye as well, so he can look fabulous from both sides, just like me. So, well, I'm gonna do the same to his friend as well, to the cat. As we know already, because before I saw it's bear, not beer. And we're actually gonna create a new layer in order to do the same for his cat's eyes. And as we already know, it's a cat and not a bear, not beer. And I'm just drawing with white color, as you can see again, on the eyes of the cat, but you don't need to do it. I mean, if you want to, you can do it. If you don't want to, then you don't have to do it. So now what we want to do, we want to select this layer and we want to make it from stupid to smart. And for that reason, we just click right button on the layer and then we go and click convert to smart object. As you can see now, we have this kind of icon here, which means that it's smart, okay? And now again, we need to click twice on the layer, on the empty space, in order to open the layer styles. As you can see, ba-bam! And now again we do outer glow, so we just do the same thing over and over. And as you can see now, the eyes of this beautiful cat are shining because he's happy. So now I want to make them shine even more because I want to make this cat even happier. And for that reason, we have to go to filter, and then we have to go to blur and Gaussian blur. So this actually helps us to make the eyes even smoother, which means they will shine even more. And as you can see here, I'm just gonna choose probably 2 pixels and I'm gonna click OK. As you can see now, his eyes shine even more. And now we have here 2 effects, outer glow and Gaussian blur. So now we need to select this layer, which is the layer of his black eyes, and we need to make it smart as well. So we click right button and we choose convert to smart object. And again now we need to go to outer glow, so we click double and then we go to outer glow, and now we make the glow black and then we just click OK. So as you can see, we have a really sad boy and we have a really happy cat. I have heard a myth that cats actually take your sadness from you or something like that. In this case, it looks like it's reversed. And now, my dear friends, the part that I do in every single artwork as well. Camera raw. We need to edit the colors of our beautiful image. And for that reason, we just select our image and then we go to filter and camera raw filter. And again, here you can just play yourself with these features and see what you want to do, what kind of tint, what kind of temperature, and so on. Or you can just copy my numbers in order to have the same colors. As you can see, I decreased the contrast so I can actually play with colors better. And then I created contrast manually by doing highlights, shadows, and so on. And also I increased texture so we can actually see all the points on the image, all the different texture basically, so it's not too smooth. Because when you actually see the texture on the artwork, it actually brings the artwork alive. It's almost like it's sitting near you here. And now we go to this option here, which is HSL adjustments. Boom. So here again we play with colors, reds, and so on. We can change every single color, and that's just like such a superb feature. And again, you can just copy my numbers here. As you can see, I made the oranges redder, if that's a word, of course. I made the lows greener. I made the greens greener. I made the blues also green. So as you can see, I made everything to make sure that this image is a combination of red and green. You know why? Because the t-shirts that I'm actually selling also, the brand I called Red Greens. So I actually love the combination of red and greens. That's why I try. If you go to my artworks, you will see that I'll use lots of combination of red and green. And let's click that OK button. OK button, as I call it. So as you can see now, there is a big difference in colors. So now, my friend, what we're gonna do, again, you have a chance to guess what we're gonna do next. And if you guess it right this time, then I'm gonna send you my cup with tea inside. I give you 3 seconds. 1, 3.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do this colorful sides. As you can see, that's actually the last thing that we're gonna do in this image, I think. So we're gonna create this colorful glitch, and maybe you already know how to create it because I have like tons of tutorials on YouTube on doing this, and I actually think I'm the father of this effect on YouTube because I never saw anyone doing a tutorial on this specific colorful effect. So okay, maybe I'm the mother, but who knows, right? So first of all, we need to create a new empty layer, and we just go and click boom, empty layer done, as you can see here. Now we need to go and create a hue saturation adjustment layer, so we just go click and now we select hue saturation adjustment. Boom. And now here, actually pay attention, my friends. We have to make saturation really high, and I would actually advise you to make it to 100%. I know I made it 81, that doesn't really matter. The more the better actually, so make it 100, and hue somewhere here, okay? Just somewhere there. And this actually has to be the structure first, empty layer, and then hue saturation. That's very important. And now what we're gonna do, as you can see now, I made sure that this hue saturation is connected only to this layer. I have here this kind of arrow, If you want to get this arrow as well, there are many ways to get it, but the simplest one is actually you click right button here somewhere on this hue saturation, and then you will find there in the menu create clipping mask. Okay, you will find, you just click that button, or the hotkey would be Ctrl plus Alt plus G. The hotkey for Mac is Command plus Option plus G. I'm just using Windows and I have to always translate all the keyboard shortcuts in for Windows and for Mac, so I have to say it for both systems, and that's why I get really tired from doing that. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our brush tool, we're gonna click right button and we're gonna select mixer brush tool. Okay, that's what we need, mixer brush tool. So with this tool, first of all we need to click here sample layers. That's very important, my dear friends. Then we need to make sure that your numbers are exactly like my numbers. Okay, these are selected, and now look at the magic. This mixer brush tool is actually gonna mix this empty layer with hue saturation. See what's gonna happen. Make sure you're drawing on the empty layer. If I just start drawing, make sure your hardness is 0%. So go here, click here on this arrow and select hardness 0%. And if I now start drawing, boom, look at that. We draw and the colorful magic happens. So let me finish drawing and let me explain you what happened. So first of all, this brush is called mixer brush tool, so it actually mixes everything that it sees. And in our case, it has a hue saturation which has many colors, and then we have empty layer. So basically it mixes the colors of hue saturation, and that's how we get this colorful rainbow. Boom, as you can see, I'm drawing a lot. More. So what we're gonna do now we want to select both of these layers. So we click on this layer and then we click Ctrl or Command and we select hue saturation as well. And now we click right button and we select convert to smart object, because everyone has to be smart, okay, just like me. I know I'm smart, don't argue with that, okay, even if I say stupid things. So convert to smart object. And now when we have it, we actually will go to filter and we will go to liquify. Look at this magic now. So what we're gonna do now? Da-na-na-na. Not just like they always do in the movies. Now we will try to mix them, to like really mix them in this case. So see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna select this tool which I call tornado. It's actually called clockwise, something like that, but I call it tornado because, come on, it's much better than clockwise, right? So, and also make sure your pressure is 100%, density is 100%, and size is around like that. And now if I just click, see what's gonna happen. Boom, it just starts really turning like a tornado. You see, that's why I call it tornado. They need to learn how to call their features from me. Photoshop should contact me, you know. So now as you can see, I'm just clicking and I'm just making it go twirl more and more and more. Amor is love, right? So now I'm gonna go and select this first tool. This first tool actually helps us to move objects, and in our case it's gonna move the colors. And again, make sure you have the properties just like mine. And if I just click, as you can see, click and drag, see what's gonna happen. Boom, it just drags one color to the right and then another color to the left and so on. I can just click and drag. I'm just doing this kind of waves right now, and I'll just go and click OK button. So as you can see, ta-da! Much better, right? But actually we need to make sure that this liquify option is inside the smart object. So again, look at that. We go click right button and choose convert to smart object. And when we do that, as you can see now, the liquify is together with the object, and now as you can see, it's all together just one object. And now again we go to free transform. So again, Ctrl or Command plus T. And then we can just click and drag to make it smaller, so that we can put it on the right side of his head. And now we're just gonna click right button and choose perspective. As you can see now, we can just click and drag in order to put it into a perspective. Click and drag, just like that, and more and more. Now we're gonna click right button again and choose scale. And as you can see, we can just take and drag it to make it smaller and click OK. So now it's on the right side. I mean, it on the left side. Okay. So as you can see, I'm just experimenting with blending modes. I can just click and see what blending mode is actually best. As you can see, light and screen looks actually really good, and I choose screen here. So now what we actually need to do We need to make sure that we don't see this rainbow effect beyond this line, so it needs to be only on this side. For that reason, we actually have to find this rectangle. As you can see, I opened my group and I'm looking which rectangle is the one on the left. Yeah, okay, so it's this one. And now what we're gonna do, if you hold Ctrl or Command, you hold it and then you go to this thumbnail, very important, to this thumbnail, and then when you go there, as you can see, you're gonna have this kind of icon near your hand. That basically means that now you're gonna have a selection of this rectangle. So if I just click now, boom, as you can see, now we have a selection. That's what we need. And now we can go back to our colorful rainbow, we can select it, and then we go and create a mask. Ta-da! And now as you can see, we have the mask of the selection that we previously had here, and now that's why we don't see our rainbow beyond these lines. And now we need to do the same to the right part as well. So as you can see, I'm just gonna copy this rainbow again. You just hold Alt or Option, you click and drag. Yeah, boom, chicka boom, and as you can see, we have here 2 copies as well. So now we need to make sure that we don't see this rainbow on his face. It needs to be behind his face basically. For that reason, I just select the mask. I select my brush tool, not this one, but we have to select the normal brush tool, not mixer brush tool. Don't mix them, okay? Please select the normal brush tool. And also we need to select black color. As you can see, I can just click and drag in order to delete everything from his face that we don't need. Also very important, when you do that, please make sure that you draw on the mask, okay? On the mask, not here, but on the mask. Boom. Let me just speed this up. Ta-da! And that's it with this artwork, my dear little Photoshop magicians. I hope you loved it. If you want to learn more, make sure to go to Learn from Fred, because that's my full-time job. And I spend lots of time to do these tutorials, and my only income is from my courses. So if you would like to support me and also learn so much cool stuff, then yeah, just make sure to check it out. And also tell your grandma, tell your grandpa, tell your mother, father, brother, sister, everyone that you know in the entire world. Okay, they need to know that I have amazing classes. With that said, I love you, probably, most likely, I don't know. So I will go back to Narnia. Bye bye, my friends. Don't cry. We're gonna see each other very soon.